Welcome to On the Podium Sports. We're gonna step up and ask some step up to the podium and ask some tough questions, and have some tough debates. So first, I'm gonna start with Team USA. I know it's a big topic. I saw Nick Wright and them talking about it. Chris Broussard and them. Shout out to them. The guys like them, Stephen A. really paving the way for people like me. But man, they talked about it, and I want to get my own opinion because I thought it was ridiculous. So for Team USA starting 5, that's what they were talking about. My bad if I didn't make it clear. So they talking about the Olympics are starting soon. The first game is an exhibition game. I'm pretty sure that doesn't count. It doesn't count towards anything. I'm not sure if it counts towards anything. I'm not completely sure on that yet. But I'm pretty sure just like a kind of like a scrimmage almost. But it's July 10th in Las Vegas. The schedule's on ESPN. You go look it up on the internet if you want to see the whole schedule. I don't have that memorized. But it's July 10th. The first game. Steph, Devin Booker, LeBron, Kevin, Joel Embiid, Drew Holiday, Anthony Edwards, Bam Adebayo, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Jason Tatum, and Tyrese Haliburton are all on the team. So it's your best American player. A lot of the best American players in the world, American-born players in the world. You can just ignore Joel Embiid, even though he's not. We ain't gonna talk about that. But your best, we needed him anyways. But the best American-born players in the world. Even though I thought some other guys couldn't have made it, Jaylen Brown and Donovan Mitchell, but we're not gonna get to that. I just want to talk about the roster and where I see for the starting 5, how I feel it should be. For my 1, I have Steph. Okay, so I'll say this right now. Undoubtedly, nobody in the world can say for Team USA starting 5, bro. Everybody knows the locked in starters at whatever positions is Steph, Kevin, and LeBron. It's their last year it hurts me to say. It really hurts me to say. Because I'm a KD fan, but I was also a Warriors fan when Kevin Durant was there. I was a big Steph fan. And you cannot like listen LeBron. LeBron! You know how Flight says LeBron. How can you not love LeBron? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he's a character on the court. He's really hilarious. So he's a chill down to earth guy. So all these guys are, but he's hilarious. We all see the stuff on social media and stuff like that. So, I think it's locked in, whatever. Obviously, Steph's your 1 or your 2. I'm probably going to be your 1. But that's why I think Steph, LeBron, and Kevin, that leaves one spot. Here's the thing. But you're going to need at least one big on the floor. So that leaves AD and Embiid. I'm not even going to get into I chose there yet. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to start with I got Steph playing the 1. The 2 spots I think are open because Steph's gonna play the 1, and Kevin Durant and LeBron can, however matchup wise, however they want to do it, is gonna be either the 3 or the 4. So that leaves the 5 spot open and it leaves the 2 spot open, right? That's just how I see it. That's how I see it. Sorry about that. So for me, for the 2 spot, I know a lot of people want Anthony Edwards. I say Devin Booker, and here's why. Because Devin Booker, I will say he's almost Klay Thompson-esque with the way I think he can, even though he hasn't been able to showcase, especially last year in Phoenix, where the fact that, he had to play point guard. At point guard, you don't really get when you play point guard, you don't do a lot of coming off screens and all that stuff. And, getting a run around the court. And, what I'm kind of saying? Like how Klay Thompson does. And Steph's one of the rare ones. But they can do that. Why? Because Draymond Green can become the point forward and is able to allow Steph and them to do that. If you don't have somebody like that on your team, then it really isn't hard as a point guard to do what Steph and Klay do, which is come off screen and stuff like that. And I don't say run around. They run around, but a lot of stuff is just they come off a lot of screens and stuff, and they run a lot of sets to where those guys get open shots. And if it's not an open shot, they come off a screen off the big is right there. They're gonna catch it and they're gonna roll to the hoop, either a floater, mid range. And then, or you got a lob with the big, whoever's rolling with you, or whatever you want to do there. Maybe a layup if the big goes there, or whatever. So it's a lot of options. But at the end of the day, they're coming off screens, and they're able to come off, and Warriors are able to use a lot of sets to use them off ball. I think Devin Booker, when he was not playing point guard, if you watch, he has the ability, which is special. Right, Klay Thompson, and I think he's going to end up being better than Klay Thompson all the time. But we're not getting into right now. He still has a long way to go to get there. But what I will say is, bro, when you watch that ability, it's Klay Thompson-esque how well he come off screens, come off all that kind of stuff, off pin downs and all that stuff, and he can really get open. And he can really, really work off ball. I like Devin Booker a lot off ball. I don't think, and that's why I would say he's like a smaller Kevin Durant. I don't think he has a problem playing off ball, and I think he can really, and on top of that, I think he come off screens, which Steve Kerr, the head coach, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure Steve Kerr's the head coach. He got a pass down from Greg Popovich last Olympics, I think it was, or not last, but I don't know if it was, he was head coach last time, but I know he's the head coach now. I think Popovich, I'm pretty sure, stepped down. He liked what he do with Klay Thompson. I think you can see even a mini Klay Thompson esque where he has an ability to come off screens and really just be a catch and shoot type of guy, and can really be a flamethrower. So that's why I like D-Book, because this is the ability to be that Klay Thompson in that offense for the Steve Kerr's coach in that offense, and I think it's invaluable because at the end of the day, Steph and LeBron are going to dominate the ball, and then you got to get Kevin Durant his touches. But offensive wise, Steph and LeBron are going to dominate the ball. LeBron's going to be your Draymond Green as a point forward in that offense, and then Steph's going to be your Steph in that Warriors offense. You know what I'm saying? So that's I think Devin Booker over Ant, because here's the thing. One thing about Ant, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he embarrassed me for it. We saw Ant the first 2 rounds. Yes, that's cool. That's great. But Western Conference Finals and Finals, everybody always says, the players always say, you don't understand how big of a spectacle it is until you actually see all that media there. See, I think Western Conference Finals is the same thing. You don't understand it until it's cool, but when you're last two, remember people, bro, when you're like the only game when you're the only game on for that day, I just tell you how big of a deal. The whole America, the whole world's watching you. Ant didn't step up. The only good game he had was game 4. So I'm just not. A lot of people say this and that. I'm not sold on him yet. Late game, clutch, big stage. I'm just not sold on it. I gotta see it. He actually did in the first 2 rounds. And first of all, Phoenix wasn't even. That every game was a blowout in that series. He did it versus Denver, which was huge. But in that big stage, can you do it consistently over and over and over again? He just didn't do it versus Dallas on a big stage. It's one thing to do it in the West Conference semifinals, but doing the West Conference finals, like I said, you're the only game on that day. That's a spectacle, bro. So I'm just not sold on that yet. But he's so young, I don't expect him to be. I'm fine with that. He's so much years to go, bro. So he has so long to go. I'm sure in the future we're gonna see him step up in big games and make runs to the finals and make Western Conference and show up. Hopefully in the future he'll show up like Doncic did in Western Conference Finals. But he's young, he's 22. I don't expect that. When he's Doncic's age, 25, or Devin Booker's age, and he's 27, I obviously expect him to be able to do that kind of stuff, and he'll be a starter on this team for as long as he's in the NBA and wants to continue to play basketball and not sleep with, do all the baby mama stuff. But we're not gonna get into that. So that's why I like it. I don't know about Ant off ball. I don't know about that. Now, he did it a lot. I know they had Kylie and Constance, so he did do a lot off ball. I'm talking about coming off screens and being coming off screens and just being a shooter. You know what I'm saying? Being able to do catch and shoot. I don't know about that yet. Coming off, putting out all that kind of stuff with the way. That's why I'm not too high on it. And on top of that, that's why I don't know if he's so much of a fit. I like him off the bench, where he can come in with Drew Holiday. I'm a league guy. Drew Holiday, one of the guys will come off the bench. Obviously, I can eat that Drew Holiday. Come on. But Drew Holiday, I don't bring him on the bench because look, then he gonna come in and then look, you coming on with Ant. My next 2 guys, I got Drew at the 1 off the bench. This is why I think it's better. I got Drew at the 1. Off the bench. I got Ant at the 2. I got Kawhi at the 3. Bam and AD 4 or 5. However you want to do it. I don't think it really matters, but it's whatever you want to do, and it's whatever team you're saying. Steve Kerr and that coaching staff and all those dudes want to decide. I think that's the best 5 off the bench. That allows Ant, because look, Bam is not really gonna command the ball. He's not really he's not gonna. You're not gonna run you're not gonna run a play for Bam. You're not gonna say, go get us some buckets. You're not really gonna do that a lot for Bam. That's not what you're gonna lean on. You're gonna lean on Drew Holiday. You're gonna lean on AD and Kawhi. You're gonna lean on Ant. Ant's gonna be your guard, and you say, okay, we need you to come be your offense, offensive engine, especially in the fast break. And then you're gonna get some post ups for AD. And then you're gonna ask him for Kawhi, right? But those are gonna be your 3 guys. I think on Ant off the bench, he'll be able to really be I think Ant is an isolation scorer, a guy that can get in the pick and roll and come up that screen and spray it off the pick and roll. But I just think he's like a man. I just think he's a guy you put the ball in his hands and you say go make something happen. I think that'd be better suited for the second unit. You know what I'm saying? Where he can get his touches and he can get his you know what I'm saying? And also he's 22. Back to what I was saying, I like D Book more because if you don't remember, I know a lot of people don't remember 2020 when KD and Book were there already. They won gold, all that stuff. You know, and then Booker was there. I don't know if he's starting or not, but he was there. He was playing for sure in the rotation. And he's been there and done that. He's 27. He's been through the finals. He's been to West Conference Finals. He won the West Conference. He's won the West Conference before. Beat Kawhi and them in the Clippers. That was the best clip. That's the year the Clippers were actually something. That was the only time I could see them become something. And that wasn't even their best selves. I mean, it could have been, but who knows? But man, I'm telling you, Devin Booker. I'm telling you, he's been there and done that. And that's why I like, and he's been on the Olympics before. This is a new stage for Ant. And I don't want to give the benefit, and I need to see him. I just think right now there's no rush to really bring a guy like that to the starting lineup and really put pressure on him to, first of all, you're playing with Steph, KD, LeBron, and I mean, that's a lot, bro. That is a lot. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot, and it could add a lot of pressure to a young player. And I just don't want to overload him. I like to bring him off the bench. And then on top of that, with Steph, you're not going to get a lot of touches. I'm just going to be honest. That's why I think D-Book should win foot because he can spot him. Not the Ant, but D-Book is, I'm thinking he's Klay Thompson-esque in the way he can do stuff just like Klay. And that's what makes it so special. And the fact that also he can be a one-on-one scorer and get buckets too. But man, I mean, I'm saying he can really do it like Klay, bro. But yeah, I just he's been there, done that. He's been in the Olympics. He's been in the stage. He's been used to it. He won the West Conference Finals before. He's been in the NBA Finals. You know, he's been there, done that. And it's just He just figured out what winning looks like this year, just to be honest. Like winning at a high level. He just figured it out. And on the highest stage he's been on, he fell flat on his face and didn't do anything. So I'm concerned about the stage and does it get to him? And I just don't see a point in rush. If you have a guy like Devin Booker who's been on stage, showed he can do it, all that kind of stuff, I just don't see the point in that. I'm playing an older guy who's been there, done that, and is still elite. I mean, we're talking about Devin Booker here, bro. He's a walking bucket, and he can do a lot. I think he can do way more off ball than what Ant can do, just personally, because Ant's not that far into his career yet. But yeah, that's why I think Devin Booker should start. By the way, I seen somebody say that Jason Tatum should be starting over Kevin Durant or should be in starting five Team USA. That's laughable. I don't think Jason Tatum is going to be. I think Jason Tatum should be on the bench. I think they said that when I was watching the Warriors, the Lakers with Bronny James and them Brown kids. Like, look, there's going to be some dudes on Team USA that don't play. Facts. Halliburton and Jay Tatum, y'all don't need to play. I'm just gonna be honest. Y'all don't need to play, bro. Man, y'all need to develop. We need y'all 4 years from now when Victor Wembanyama's looking like a demigod and Giannis is on the whole, it's doing Giannis, and who knows if Slovenia is going to produce. Doncic's only going to get better. Maybe Jokic might take it. That's what we need, y'all. When them dudes is getting it, and you see what France is doing, so you don't even need Gobert. They're going to have Alexander Sarr. So, you know, and Bilal Coulibaly's going to know where he can be in 4 years. And, you know, the Hornets got the TJ Salon or whatever, Salon or whatever his name is. Who knows what he could be. So, what I'm getting at is we're going to need y'all because when it's 4 years from now, when it gets harder, that's when we're going to need y'all. So, I think Halliburton and Tatum, time to develop, learn, understand what a leader looks like, what it looks like, you know, what it looks like to be on a Team USA. 4 years from now, we get y'all. Now, for the blowout, honestly, develop them, get them in the game, all that. But right now, if it's a meaningful game, my starting five is Steph, Devin Booker, LeBron, Kevin Durant at the 4. I got KD at the 4. Size-wise, but it's like, just like I said with AD and Bam, it's whatever you want to do, however you feel. I got Drew, 6-man. I think, because he's the only guard on the roster other than Halliburton, but I don't think Halliburton should play. I don't think he should play. That is like going to be able to run your stuff, like be able to get you in your sets, get you in whatever you want to run. He's going to be able to distribute the ball, you know what I'm saying, be a playmaker, and then still also be a scorer. And then he's a Hall of Fame defender. Other than Kawhi, and then LeBron, but we ain't seen LeBron be so great defensively in the back end of his career. Ooh, I mean, you know, Bam, but on the perimeter, and Bam's up there on the perimeter too. But yeah, Drew Holiday is special, man. He's a Hall of Fame defender, so that's how I see it. And so let me just repeat. I didn't get all the way through. I got Steph at the 1, D Book at the 2, LeBron at the 3, K at the 4, interchangeable. What you want to do? I got D at the 5. I don't think it's interchangeable. I think it'd be the best offensive center on the roster and in the league. As long as he stays healthy, I mean, he was going to win it. I mean, we've seen what goes on. It's him and Jokic, and he's in discussion. If he stays healthy, he can pass Jokic, we're going to be honest. So you just got to stay healthy. That's all it is. And then we got Jrue Holiday, 6-man. But like I said, some people say, oh, I 6-man Jrue Holiday. But wouldn't Kawhi be 6-man? Here's the thing. It just depends on what Team USA want to do. It just depends on what they want to do because some people rotate different. Steve Kerr might say a whole 5 just come in because we're that. For most anything, you're never going to see five guys checking for 5 guys in the NBA. It never happens. You do 1, 2, 3 times. Depending on the game, with the flow and all that stuff is how you feel. And coaching staff. But with Team USA, you bring a whole new 5. Bam's an all-star level player. AD's an all-star level player. Ant's an all-star level player. Jrue Holiday's an all-star level player. Kawhi's an all-star level player. Steph, Devin, LeBron, Kevin, Joel, all-star level players. So it's like, I don't know what they want to do. They could rotate a whole 5 in. They could just say Jrue Holiday going for Steph. They could rotate 2 in. Jrue and Ant going. Jrue and Kawhi. Depending on the matchup. They could say, well, we don't, KD's cooking. LeBron's cooking. I don't need, or Steph's cooking. Steph, KD, LeBron are cooking. We playing France. We know Embiid and Victor Wembanyama. We want to give Embiid, or we want to move. What you could do is, okay, we take Embiid out. Move KD to the 3, KD to the 2. It doesn't really matter. It's NBA. It's becoming a positionless game. So just Steph, KD, LeBron in your backcourt. And you could do Bam and AD. And then maybe Jrue and Holiday come in later. But, so I think it'll really depend if they're smart on matchups and who's cooking, who's not, who needs it, who doesn't. If somebody really worn out, like how Ant was looking at West Conference Finals, and I say, yeah, obviously. But about what you want to do, they could do 2 or 3. Okay, we're going to bring in Jrue, and let's do Kawhi. Boom, all y'all come in. We're going to leave Embiid and Durant out there. So it's like, it's just whatever they want to do and however they feel. But I don't think you can go wrong. But it just so it's not like a true 6-man on this team. To me, I don't know. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. Because no matter what, the team needs 10 guys, bro. As long as you got Steph, LeBron, and KD in your starting 5, whatever else you figure out on the bench, and okay, I put as long as Steph, KD, and LeBron are in your starting 5, and Halliburton and Tatum's on your bench, you can't go wrong anywhere else. I would prefer Embiid. If you put in Anthony Davis and put Embiid off the bench, I mean, you put Embiid off the bench. I mean, there's no wrong. You put Bam. Let's be real. Bam should be Defensive Player of the Year. Him and Draymond Green are the league guys. He's like a taller, bigger Draymond Green, to be honest. But we know he's way better than Gobert. He's been robbed of at least one MVP point. He can already have one. Bam should have one D-point. It's a shame he doesn't have one. If Gobert can get 4, I want to know how Bam has 0. Yeah, but like I said, that's what I'm tying to my next debate. Y'all, Rudy Gobert has 4 Defensive Player of the Years. 4, right? 4 Defensive Player of the Years. This is going to be my next debate, bro. And I think I really go. I don't think it's so hard to see. I'm not saying I'm a genius, but I'm just saying I just see the obvious, bro. 4 depoys. Voting ends in NBA. Just like NFL. Regular season, maybe a couple games of playoffs, but voting ends after regular season. Boom. Regular season, and they put their votes in, it's over. You don't even get to see the players in the playoffs. Which I think, it's obvious. It's the most valuable time. You can do whatever. I don't care what regular season, I don't care what you do. It's cool. Yes, All-Star, cool. Yes, but I care about all NBA. And we won't get to that. Because I care about it, but I will care about it more for certain reasons. Here we go. Here's what I'm going to say. Rudy Gobert got 4 depoys. How many depoys would he have? How many depoys would he have if instead of voting ending at the end at the end of the regular season, ended at the end of the Western Conference Finals, or ended at the end of after the voting concluded after the conference finals? How many depoys would Gobert have? How many depoys? Because he wouldn't have won one this year. Not with the way the Mavs are shredding him. He wouldn't have won a depoy. Not the way he was playing versus Dallas. He would have lost a depoy. He wouldn't have won it. I don't know who would have. But I'm saying, you can't convince me that, Rudy Gobert would have been my depoy if we would have had voting closed after Western Conference Finals. And we would have watched the whole Western Conference playoffs and say, after the way he was getting cooked by Nikola Jokic in the NBA playoffs so bad that people were asking Cat don't even defend. He's soft as, what did you able to say? Cat soft as what? Soft as baby crap. Cat soft as baby crap. You don't want to defend nobody. He's him and Jared McCain could be best friends. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Look, soft as baby crap. These niggas these dudes asking Cat to defend Jokic. He's soft as baby crap because Gobert can't do it. And then Luke in the math ripping you apart and ripping you apart and you tell me Gobert would have one defensive player? You're kidding me. You're lying. Gobert would have won no defensive player. It would have won to somebody else that deserved it. Honestly, I don't know if it would have been Bam, but it wouldn't have been his. If he didn't win it, it wouldn't have been his fault because his team was. Butler he's so loyal. It's a shame that he gets wasted in Miami. Yeah, we ain't gonna get to Miami. That's another discussion for another day. But we ain't gonna get into how they let him down so many times. But I'll say this, bro. Somebody else would have won it. It would have been somebody more deserving. And I'll just leave it at that, bro. I just think it's obvious. I really think it's obvious that voting should end after the Western Conference Finals, after the Conference Finals, Eastern and Western, after the Conference Finals. That's when all voting should end. Sixth man of the year. That's what we would want. So MVP, Autumn Award should end after the Conference Finals. That's when it should be voted on. That's when it should be voted on. Jokic might not have an MVP right now. If there was after those Conference Finals, it might go to Luka. You're not even ready for that discussion. Not saying that I agree with that, but just saying awards would be different. But here's why I'm saying that. Because what really matters more, the regular season or the playoffs? When we talk, because here's a blah, blah, blah. When we talk about Jordan and LeBron, what do we bring up? Who got swept at the first round? Who won in the playoffs? Who did this in the final? Who did this West Finals? Who did this in the playoffs? What did he do in the playoffs? This in the playoffs, that in the playoffs. Do we bring up all-stars? Do we bring up all-star here this many? Do we bring up all-star here 10 all-star? It's a regular season thing. Nobody cares about all-stars. All-NBA, which I think would be valued more if it was after the West Conference Finals. All that stuff would be valued more, would mean more, would make more sense. And when we look 5 years back from now, we're going to say, how the heck did Rudy Gobert win Defensive Player of the Year in 2024? We're going to say how, or 2023, 2024 season. We know why, So it's as simple as that. But, Luka might have won MVP. It was a good discussion. Shea might have won MVP. He cooked Luka in the second round. He cooked the Mavs. He outplayed Luka the whole series. He should have been MVP if it was after the finals. That's just how I feel about it personally. But I'm saying we would have had a better idea of who the best player in the league was had we done it after the conference finals. Tell me I'm wrong. Am I wrong? Am I lying? Well, we not had a better idea who the D player was. It wouldn't have been Gobert. We would have had a better idea. Yeah, this guy's not really defensive player of the year. Because at the end of the day, when in the playoffs, you're playing elite. And the longer you go on, the more elite it gets. So yeah, you can look good versus the Utah Jazz and Sacramento Kings and bro, who else? The Warriors and the Rockets. Those teams was no offensive word. That just wasn't nothing. They wasn't nothing this year. I'm just talking about this season alone. Obviously, Warriors fans, take it easy. But this season alone, you look at the Hornets. You can look good versus them defensively. But when you playing Luka Doncic, that man Luka, mama, there goes that man. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Mama, there goes Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. Mama, there goes Nikola Jokic. There goes those men. Not just that man. There goes those men. The best players on the planet. On the planet. Cooking them niggas, bro. Cooking Gobert in the backside of everything, bro. Cooking that nigga. He wouldn't want Defensive Player of the Year. So it's just obvious. Like I said, MVP. It would make more sense. Oh, well, it's because he did this in the playoffs. Because, like I said, whenever we talk about Jordan LeBron, and it's not just, but it's for all-time great debates. And this is for all sports, at least for in America, and at least, I can't speak for others, but at least for football and basketball, when it comes to debates, it comes down to a lot of playoffs. Because that's what matters. So the voting should be backed up to after the conference finals, so we can give the awards to the people who deserve it. And so Rudy Gobert doesn't end up with 4 Defensive Player of the Years. Because if we would have backed it up, Rudy Gobert might have 0. Because every time in the playoffs, and my thing is too, my next discussion is too, I don't know how much vote the players have, and I as somebody that aspires to be a media personnel person or cover the NBA and one day have a vote, I say this, even as somebody that would be, if I were to ever get a vote on anything, I would be considered media. Media should have way less vote on what goes on. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I just credit Stephen A, people like me and Nick Wright and all them. At the end of the day, if LeBron tells me, hey, I'm telling you right now, Drew Holiday is the best defensive player in the league, And Steph tells me, I'm telling you right now, Drew Holiday is the best defensive player of the league. And Karen tells me, Drew Holiday is the best defensive player of the league. He deserves the defensive player of the year. Who? Like, they play against this. I mean, that's just how I feel. The players should have more say on who gets what awards because they're playing against them. It's just what it is. And not even that. These are the dudes that they go on open runs and it's the same stuff in the offseason. We know. In the games, we know. Dudes that play 82 games, all these games versus these dudes, and they saying boom, boom, boom. If LeBron tell me that and Steph, and I'm saying, okay, boom, 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 or majority at least say, yeah, Drew Holiday, even though the NBA fans might not see it, Drew Holiday, best defender here, blah, blah, blah. The dudes that play it should be able to decide who wins those awards. Same thing for all NBA. I just think that you should be able to vote for whoever I think the players should have 70 to 80% vote on who gets what awards. Because at the end of the day, they're playing. I think it should be 70% players. I say 20% media, 10% fans. Dead honest. And I think it should be awarded and then do that after West Conference Finals. I think that's how it should be. I'm pretty sure fans don't get to vote on a lot of the awards or D points and stuff like that. Obviously, fans don't get to vote on it. I think fans should still have a vote because they're still watching and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They should still vote. I don't think it should be high. I don't think media's vote should be high. I think it should be 70 to 80% NBA players. Why do we, I care more about, at the end of the day, I'd rather have LeBron and KD tell me who the best defensive player in the league is than Stephen A and Nick Wright. That's somebody I was in the same career field as them. That's the fact, bro, because they're playing against them, bro. It's just what it is. Now, Stephen A and Nick Wright can debate and have their opinion, all that stuff. That's what we're watching for. We're watching for opinion. You know, a lot of times they speak opinion, not facts. This is what it is. But at the end of the day, I want to know what they say because the 60% at least is Drew Holiday, defensive player, and Gobert, not even a top 5 defender at his position. Then I want to know, and that's what needs to be one of the defensive players, Drew Holiday. That's just a fact. Simple as that. So that's my next point is players need 70, 80% vote on who deserves to win these awards at the end of the day because they're playing against them. If people tell me SGA is the number 1 player in the league, he's the MVP, after we watch after the whole conference finals, all that, and we watch the whole playoffs through the conference finals, and they say, all they play say, yeah, we putting our vote in. 56, 60% of players say, yeah, it's SGA. You know, it's just GA. I'm not gonna question what these dudes who got to defend him and the dudes who play against him gotta say they saying. Look, we played against Luka, SGA, Jokic, and this dude SGA was the hardest out of all. He was the best one out of all of them. Just the fact to me. So I think the voting should be pushed back to West Conference Finals or Conference Finals. After Conference Finals, that's when voting should conclude for NBA because there's a lot of players getting a lot of awards that don't deserve it. Jason Tatum, I'm looking at you. You've never been to. I just went back from 2022 to 2024. So 2022, 2023, 2024 seasons. Jason Tatum is first team All-NBA 3 years in a row. Now, I don't know who agrees with that, but for me, Jason Tatum has never been a top 5 player in this league at all. He had a chance, but I don't think he ever got there. And I think when people should have found out he wasn't there is when he lost to Bam Adebayo in the Miami Heat. In the West Conference Finals in a bubble, and you had a way better team than the Miami Heat had, and then you should have never lost that series, and they lost it. And was it him or I think it was him when Bam had blocked him on the game and shit. It was him or Jaylen Brown. But either way, that doesn't matter. It's just whatever. Whether we ain't get into that, we ain't gonna get into that. But those are the best. Those two are the best to me. I'm bugging, but that's when I feel like I recognize this dude's not all that. That's to be honest. Like, you had the better team. There's no excuse for you not to win that series. There's no excuse for you to get shown out by Bam and Jimmy Butler in the club. It's just for the team they had, bro. It was no excuse. It's just not an excuse for it, bro. It's not. It's just not. And you can't tell me, oh, he didn't have the team. He had the team. Go look at it. He had the team. He's been having the teams to win it. He always fought. Don't tell me he didn't have the team to beat Miami. They had more talent, more production than the Heat. Don't tell me he didn't have the team. So, that's why I ain't sold on Tatum at the end of the day. And he won it this year, but he had carried. He was the 5th best player on the team. And that's all. If Porzingis was the player, he'd have been the 5th best player in that series. I almost guarantee it. At the best, he was 4th at the best. Just exclude him. Just what it is, bro. So Jay Tatum has not been a top 5 player. He hasn't been the top 2 forward in the NBA. He hasn't been no first team All NBA guy for the last year. I just promise he hasn't been, bro. Kevin Durant and LeBron should have been the two of the dudes took taking spot the last 3 years. It should have been. I don't care if they alternated, but it should have been one of them two dudes at the end of the day. Those have been the 2 best forwards in the league, two of the best players in the league the last 2 or 3 years. I just understand what happened. Now I know KD had the injury, but I still think he was for me, it's like once I watch and I see, you can he was injured, he missed some time. Yeah, he missed some time, and but man, that doesn't matter to me. He played enough for me to see that he was the top. Him or LeBron, like I said, I ain't just saying Kevin Durant because I'm a kid. I'm saying LeBron too. If you say LeBron, okay, fine. I'd rather LeBron win 3 straight, and I'm a KD fan. So I'd rather LeBron get the 3 straight first team All NBA than Jason Tatum. I'd rather, let's give the dudes who deserve it their respect, bro. Because when we look back on accolades, guess what? That's why it always obsessed me about this stuff. Why I get so passionate because, bro, when we look back on accolades, it's all gonna be skewed. It's all gonna be skewed. All the accolades gonna be skewed. Jay Tatum has 3 first team All NBAs, and even at the same time when Kevin Durant and LeBron are still 10 the league apart, like meat off bone. So that's why when I accolades thing is just, I don't know. It's gonna be so hard to accolades wise, I just feel like it's gonna be so hard unless you watch the players to actually tell who is better than who. Because if you just look at the accolades and the stat, it's not gonna tell the whole story. Because you got guys like him taking up a spot on first team All NBA for 3 years in a row, and he ain't all that. It's just so. But yeah, I think voting should be backed up to after the conference finals, and I say that for NBA. Now I feel the same way for the NFL. I'm not even gonna get to that. I have my own theory. I'll probably come back with my own video breaking down my reasoning, my example for that. But I just say right now, same thing for NBA. The players should it should be back into after the championship series. I forgot conference championship. It should be back to back to that. We should have known voting should have ended after the Lions and 49ers and Chiefs and Ravens played. Actually, that's when we should have, voting. Okay, now, a day later after that, we're going to give y'all a day to decide, or 2 days to decide who do y'all think, and then boom, we killing voting right there. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Go back, watch the game, get analysis, see, take whatever you want to talk to, and then decide. And I feel the same way for NBA and NFL. Players should have 70 to 80% vote, media 10. Fans 10 or media 20, fans 10. I just feel the same way. I don't think fans get more 10, but it is what it is. I just think players, the guys that play, should be the ones saying, okay, dictating, this is who deserves this, who doesn't. This is who's MVP, this is not. This is how I feel personally. So it is what it is at the end of the day. But now, yeah, I appreciate y'all. It was a long talk on the podium. Tough questions. But today was the blast. Loved it. Now I'm going to step off the podium. Go enjoy the rest of my day. And I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.